Michigan farmers making their wheat variety decisions for the fall can now view results of the 2021 Wheat Variety Trials.
For over 30 years, MSU has conducted wheat variety testing to bring in the best genetics for Michigan wheat growers. So we have a wheat breeding program where we develop our own varieties for Michigan, but we also bring in the best genetics for our growers with the variety testing program. There were a few curveballs this year. So we had, most of the state saw drought conditions, so moderate to severe drought conditions throughout the season, and that very much affected our overall grain yield. Particularly in the thumb, there were drought conditions. There were some areas that did receive timely rains, and we saw over 100 bushel averages, like in Lenawee County and Isabella County, performed very well. And then we had another curveball with rain events right at harvest. Right when most of the wheat was ready to be harvested in the state of Michigan, we saw at least a week of prolonged rain showers that caused some significant pre-harvest sprouting, the most that I've seen in my time that I've been here in Michigan.
After grain yield, fusarium head blight is the #2 trait researchers evaluate in the breeding program each year.
Because of the drought, we didn't necessarily see fusarium as an issue this year, but it is a potential threat every single year. And the single best way to manage scab is with variety resistance. Now, even with the drought conditions, we were able to develop a great screening nursery, and we were able to get really high disease levels. And I encourage everyone to check out those values for visual sprouting, disease severity, and also DON. So you can see a separation of varieties that have, under heavy disease pressure, produce lower DON than some other varieties. So that's a major consideration.
For the 9th consecutive year, the Michigan Wheat Program has partnered with Michigan State University to have a high management component as part of the research. Those trial plots, located on 7 farms in Michigan, were harvested in July.
And there are varieties that do respond to a greater degree to these intensive management, right? So it's about economics. We have to make sure those pencil out. And so part of the rationale for these trials is to see those varieties that have a greater response, up to 15 to 17, 18 bushels per acre response. And that's economical. Those varieties that are only responding 5 to 7 bushels per acre, that doesn't necessarily pencil out. So growers should take that into consideration. I encourage growers to plant multiple varieties on their farm. I know that there's some challenges with the logistics and maintaining the seed, and you have to buy 2 different seed lots, but there is a lot of value in complementing those varieties, especially when it comes to traits like fusarium head blight resistance. If you want that racehorse variety to get that high-end yield, but it's susceptible to scab, it's good to have that disease-resistant variety to partner it, so that it spreads your risk across multiple varieties that way. And so you're buffered against those year-to-year variations and those disease threats that could be present every year.
View the full 2021 Wheat Variety Trials report online at varietytrials.msu.edu or in the August 15th edition of the Michigan Farm News.